Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Welcome to another video of Marvel Contest of Champions. Today we'll be running 7.1.4 Aspect of War and Stun Vulnerability. Now for this path, it would be great if you have any skill champions because there's a helpful node that is called Cage Rattler. So anytime you hit the defender in a block, there's a chance to stun him, and together with Stun Vulnerability, you can give extra damage to the defender. So I would highly suggest you to bring in skill champions like Killmonger, Hitmonkey, Nick Fury, Blade. They will work amazingly well. But if you don't have them, other options are champions that can bring in down the defenders within 45 seconds to avoid the unblockable phase of Aspect of War. Or you can also bring in champions like M.O.D.O.K, or you can bring in Hyperion, and you can just use your specials to intercept the dash-ins when the defenders go unblockable. The boss is going to be Weapon X, and there's quite a few counters. The best one is going to be Magneto and Archangel. We'll discuss more about him once we get into the fight. My team is going to be Blade and also Hitmonkey. That will be the skill champions, so I can show you guys how the Cage Rattler node works. And then I'm going to bring in Hyperion just to show you another way to deal with this node. And fourth champion is going to be Archangel, who can bring down champions within 45 seconds. So these are my pick. Some other viable champions are also there on the right corner. I'm just gonna bring in Heimdall just for his sustainability with the other champs. The first fight is against Captain America World War II. It's a pretty simple, straightforward fight. You have 45 seconds until you can parry him before he goes unblockable. So if you bring someone with some high damage, for example, in my case is going to be a Hitmonkey, and he does great criticals just like Corvus, so you can go medium, light, medium. And when he's blocking, rush like there, when you hit him with his block, he will get stunned. And because of stun vulnerability, he will get extra damage. So you can try to finish him off before 45 seconds, but if you're not able to, then you wait for him to block and you can go in with the skill champions and he will get stunned. You can use any other champion as a skill champion as well. A Nick Fury would work as well, a Blade would work as well. Now the next fight is against Ironfist. Now I'm gonna bring in Archangel to show you how fast he can kill off non-immune champions. So he is a great option for Aspect of War node. If you are unaware of what is Aspect of War, it's flashing just down on the right side of your screen. Basically you have 45 seconds to kill the defender, otherwise they go unblockable. And to make life difficult, whenever the defender uses special, they go unstoppable for a little while. So to counter all of that, Archangel is amazing because of his neurotoxins. The defender do not go unstoppable even if they use a special. And just like that, Archangel can bring down a lot of champions from this path. So he's a good option as well. Next defender is going to be an OG Hulk, and he's a science champion. So I would suggest you to bring a skill attacker. You can bring another attacker as well, but with skill attacker you will not only get extra damage because of class advantage, but if you bring in a 6-star skill attacker you will also get extra damage, so that will work for you because this is going to be an Aspect of War node. So in my case I brought in Blade, so this is going to be a slow fight. All I'm trying to do is to use my SP1, give him blades and then parry him until he goes unblockable. And once he goes unblockable, I will stay behind, wait for him to block, and then I'm going to utilize the Cage Rattler skill helpful node, and I'm going to hit him in his block and stun him and then try to kill him off. Another tip for this fight is to try to push him to always to an SP2. His SP2 is much easier to evade than an SP1. Once you have that rotation down, you can just easily bleed him and kill him off. The thing with Blade is that he has his SIG ability from which he can heal, so he has more sustainability. And against Hulk, when he loses his health, he gets more damage, so he can just come at you and give you a lot of block damage. So Blade is a good champion in that regard, that he can heal back all of the damage taken. So I hope that helps. You can bring in any skill champion and this fight would be as easy as it is. Next up is going to be Captain Marvel OG. Now here I'm gonna bring in Hyperion, and the way you use Hyperion on an aspect of war node is usually you can bring down champions within 45 seconds because Hyperion has a lot of damage with all of his Furies and his L3. Either you can use an L3 and get those fusion charges and then get the Furies and hit your opponent, but with Aspect of War you have to finish the fight as quick as possible. So just use your L2s, hopefully the opponent gets stunned and you can kill them off. But if not, if they go unblockable, all you need to do is to stay back and wait to have 2 bars of 1 bars of power, and as soon as they dash in towards you, you can just intercept by using a special attack and the defender will die easily. You can do the same concept with any kind of power gain champions. Even M.O.D.O.K will do the same. Once the defender goes unblockable, you can stay behind, get your bars of power with the power gain, and you can use a special while they dash in. So I hope that helps as well. Next up is going to be a M.O.D.O.K. Now, he's a pretty easy defender to deal with because he will have auto blocks. So if you bring in a skill champion, he will be stunned most of the time during the fight, and because of stun vulnerability he will take a lot of damage. So if you bring in a hit monkey or a blade here, while you're trying to hit him, he will auto block you, and because you're hitting into the block he will get stunned because of cage rattler, and because of stun vulnerability he will take extra damage. So I would say it would be easier if you bring a skill champion. This fight would be quicker. Just one thing though, just try to keep him only to special 1 or special 2 if you can evade. I always find his special 2 with weird animation, so I always keep him to special 1, and once you have that done you can kill him off. I am going to use an Archangel just to show that there is a different option as well, but I would suggest bring a skill champion. This fight is much more easier than it seems. And the final fight before the boss is going to be an unstoppable Colossus. Very annoying. Probably it will take you a lot of time to kill him if you don't have the right skill champion. You need any skill champion with a lot of critical hits so you can bring him down. The problem with unstoppable Colossus is he cannot bleed, and he also has unstoppable whenever he uses a special. Combine that with the unstoppable with aspect of war, so it takes a bit of time to wait for him to go off unstoppable before you can attack him. So luckily I have hit monkey who has a lot of crit rate and he deals a lot of damage, and with stun vulnerability he can bring unstoppable Colossus down, but he can be really annoying. You can bring in Quake, you can bring in Human Torch, would be amazing. You can turn on the pre-fight ability and can kill him off really quick as well. So it's quite a few options you can use, and this is probably the only fight that will annoy you and you might lose a champion, but that's okay. The whole path is done. It's just the boss coming up. So I'll see you there. All I'm trying to do here is to hit him in his block, keep him stunned, and then do all the damage. And the final boss fight is against a Weapon X. Now, if you played against Weapon X before, he gets these raise charges on the top right of the screen as you see. And once he goes above a certain point, like 15 charges, and he uses a special, he goes unstoppable for a little while and also unblockable. So you just have to stay back and be patient and run out that timer, or you can intercept them. If you're not good with intercepts, I would say the best way to deal with it is to keep him to the right corner of the screen, and when his unblockable timer goes up, you can just swipe back to the left side of the screen to your side and wait for his unblockable to go away, and then you can parry and heavy if you're using a Magneto or if you're using an Archangel. So the best champions to deal with them, if you deal with him, are is Magneto, and then there is Archangel. You can also use a Warlock, you can also use a Star Lord. Quake also works. So all of these options can work amazingly against him. It's all about how much patience you have against him and you try to kill him off. I have a Magneto that is 6 star and rank 3, that's why I used it. But if you have other champions, other viable champions, you can go ahead and use that. If you have Despair, it might help you as well, because if you are using a champion with a lot of debuffs, you just need to take care about that, and it becomes a pretty simple boss takedown. I hope you guys really enjoyed the video and the tips help you out complete this path without any items or revives. If you do guys, make sure to like the video, comment down below, subscribe to the channel. All of that really helps me out a lot. Next time it will be 7.1.4 Armored Assault. So I'll see you then guys, and I hope you all have an amazing day, and I'll see you next time.